Hey, good morning, folks. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. We've got a couple of things to talk about in weather here. We do have lake effect snow finally in Michigan. I wouldn't call it the heaviest lake effect we've ever seen, and it's not the most widespread, but nonetheless, you are going to be driving into some areas of blowing and drifting snow if you're heading into the west, northwest part of the state, and also in the part of the UP. I'll highlight that for you in just a moment. Also, I'm starting to hear people say, hey, it's January, we're going to drive to Florida this weekend. Watch out. There is a snowstorm developing through Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, southern Ohio, Kentucky, maybe northern Tennessee, and I will update you on that. And hey, do you like some improved audio? Are you hearing it? I got a little microphone set up here now onto my iPhone and my Steadicam, and so hopefully it's improved audio and you can hear it a little bit better. All right, let's get to it and show you what's going on. Here's the radar, and it's obvious where the lake effect snow is. Southwest corner, northwest corner, and the UP. And remember, you know, sometimes when you see something like this, you say, oh, it's not snowing there. That's because the radars don't pick up the lake effect on the very edges, because the lake effect is low in elevation, and this radar beam coming out from the radar is going up in elevation. So you could find some spots where you say, oh, it's not snowing in there, and you drive into it. Yes, it is snowing. Hey, good morning, Lisa Torregrossa from the upper level of our residence. So here's where the winter weather advisory is in effect. Purple areas, western shoreline, west of Grand Rapids, including Grand Rapids, northwest lower, eastern part of the UP, western part of the UP. That's generally usually a winter weather advisory is issued for about 3 to 6 inches of snow, or perhaps even some blowing and drifting. Here's the radar forecast, take you through it, and what you'll notice is that in the east side of the state, just an occasional flurry here. Hey, Eddie Zucker, good morning from the CMU campus. Hey, look at this. I got my Central Michigan shirt on. Why? Do I have a Central Michigan shirt? Did I go there? No, I went to Northern Illinois University, the Huskies, another MAC school. But let's see, my daughter graduated from there, our son graduated from there, my wife graduated from Central, and a lot of my weather interns over the years have come from Central Michigan, because they do have, I think perhaps you call it one of the, maybe the only meteorology program in the state. All right, I have a light turned on somehow, and I have no idea how that happened. So you might get a glare until I can find a button that turns it off. There we go. So here's our radar forecast. Again, lake effect snow. Oh, daughter plays volleyball for CMU. Fire up chips. And you can see the lake effect snow. It's not really a big deal as far as coverage, but that lake effect will be there, and where you find it, it will be on the heavy side occasionally. Here's the snowfall totals expected. Southeast lower into Lansing, into central part of the state, into CMU. We're just talking less than an inch of accumulation. You get over to the west side, I would call this a 2 to 4 inches. I would call this area 2 to 4, maybe 2 to 5. I would call this area 3 to 6 with wind. So it's kind of a little more deceiving. Not real widespread travel problems, but where you get into it, you're going to have some problems. Driving from Ohio to Michigan today may not be a good day for it. It's not too bad. Ohio into Michigan, depending on where you're going in Michigan. You know, if you're going on the lake effect snow areas, Doug, you might run into 5-10 mile strips of that. Okay? All right, so temperatures. Whoa, those of us that have had the muddy paw syndrome with our dogs, that's done. Our dogs went out, and I noticed they got in there. The ground is already frozen overnight, and it will continue that way for at least several days here. Maybe the ground's going to stay frozen. So get rid of the big muddy wet towel near the door that you have to grab the dogs and wipe up their paws, because you probably won't need it. All right, we're going to get into the snowstorm here in this moment. High temperatures today, cold, upper 20s, 25 Grand Rapids, 27 Saginaw Bay City, 25 Traverse City, teens for highs across the UP. All right, here it is. If you're driving south, here's our computer model. This is tomorrow. The lake effect is dying down, but then I want you to start to watch down here in Missouri. We are Friday night, snow. And we are now Saturday morning, snow. That's 7 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 7 at night Saturday. Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Snow still across Kentucky, West Virginia. Sunday, 1 p.m. And I think our model is hanging this on a little bit into late Sunday. I think it's hanging it on a little too long. So what I would say is, you know, Saturday, you're right in the heart of it. Late Sunday, a little better, but it's happened. So if you could get out Friday and get to Nashville, Tennessee, you'd be in good shape. Otherwise, you may want to call down there to some friends and see what I-75 is, and it might be Monday when you want to travel there. How much? Now, our U.S. model is the lightest. The European model and the U.S. model show the same exact heavy snow area. This is 3 to 6 inches in here, okay, and some of this darker is 6 inches. Some of this is over a foot. Tiffany wants to know, any more snow for Houghton Lake? No, you're going to just be in the flurry activity probably, or maybe an inch or so. But we're looking at the snowstorm in the south. So you're talking southern Ohio, southern Indiana, all of Kentucky, northern Tennessee, mountains of the Virginias. That's where you're going to have an issue. Now, this U.S. model, 3 to 6 inches. The European model, usually better, 6 to 12 inches snow. Saturday into early on Sunday. European model, a little faster in it ending, so maybe late Sunday, a little bit better, but not fantastic. How's the drive from Alma to Grand Haven? Alma to Grand Haven, you're going to run into it just around the Grand Haven area because it's all lake effect snow. So there you have it. We've got some patches of lake effect snow today, 2 to 6 inches. Some blowing and drifting, nasty and isolated spots. East side of the state, really not bad, but back to winter cold. The muddy paw syndrome is done. And the next thing to watch is a big snowstorm just to our south. If you are going to be traveling, say to Florida on the weekend, you're going to want to watch out, because the snowstorms in Ohio and Kentucky and Tennessee and the Virginias, those aren't really too good, I've been told, because they don't know what to do with the snow. All right. Oh, hey, Chuck must have been at my presentation yesterday at Cabela's. I talked to some grain elevator managers across the Midwest, and we had to talk about how the changing weather patterns affect them too. Have yourselves a great day. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.